Well, we're starting off the morning with a little more pattern making. Now, you know there's got to be a problem when your shop dog that's a husky and is bred for the winter wants to go inside. It's too damn cold out for him. So we started off the day at about 9 degrees. So it's, we're having a good time out here this morning. So I don't know how long we're staying. Anyway, we've got the first set of bosses glued in place on the very bottom. The next one we're working on is the one that goes in right here, and it's this one. We're just super gluing them in, and we're fitting each one individually. So we're going to do that one right there next. Then we'll do the, by then these will set up, we'll do the ones on the bottom here, and then we'll go back and put the one on the top. Now the top one I didn't screw up, but I could have done it differently. What I should have done is on my very center section, I should have left a little indentation for the boss. That would have defined that right there. Now these pieces are big enough, and I just took some dowel. I don't know if this is, what, inch and a half, something like that, inch and a quarter. Inch and 3/8, I guess, is what this dowel actually is. If I would have defined this well, I could have set these up just the way the rest of them are. Now there's enough dowel here that what I'll do is I'll just split the center distance with them. I'll have to flatten the top a little bit and set them on, and that'll bring us just about to the right diameter, and we'll just fill in the rest. Not a big deal. But that's something I would have done a little bit differently had I taken the time to think about it. So anyway, I believe this is and I've matched each of these for width. They're pretty close to width. So I won't drag you out through all of this, but this is the process as it goes. Well, we're about to start adding some fillets in there. We're going to mix some filler here in just a bit. But anyway, there's what we got. We've extended out our feet a little bit so they're a little bit wider. Got a nice pad for them to sit on. And we've got to do a little filling on here to bring this edge out. But we went ahead and cut our boss in roughly on both sides. So we've got our mounting boss there. That'll be a slotted hole on both sides. We've got all our little bosses installed there, rough installed. We're going to do a little sanding on them, and then like I say, it's time to start filling them, and we'll do final fill and get them pretty close. Now I'm still going to have a little bit on both of these edges on the split line. I'm going to have to go back after I separate them and fill those a little bit, because I want to make those nice and smooth and match, but I don't want to put filler over the top before they're split, because that'll just crack out that line. The other thing that I've got to do, which I'll do probably after the first or second coat of filler, is I've got to drill for alignment pins or index pins. On this one, where I think I'm going to mount it on a match plate, I'll probably drill three alignment pins for it. I'll probably do one down here someplace, one right in here, and then one up in an upper corner. So we've kind of zigzagged around. 3's plenty. They're kind of a pain in the butt when they're recessed down in there like that, but that's okay. We'll get them smoothed out, and they'll be fine in the finished product. But anyway, there's our progress for now. I'm going to add a coat of filler here, and then I'm going to go get some lunch. So we'll be back in a bit. All right, day out here is almost over. This is where we're at. We got 2 coats of filler on it. We started forming our bosses around here, and those will have to all be finished out and smoothed, and of course all of this filler will have to be smoothed out. But now I'm to the point that I can go ahead and separate these. I've got 4 holes drilled. I was only going to do 3. I added a 4th one for the index holes for when I set it up on a match plate. We'll pop those apart, drill through with one of them in place, and the other side should match up. We do it in the middle, and that way they stay consistent. It'll take a couple more coats of filler on this to get things lined out and smooth the way I want it, and then we'll start building a little bit of finish on it. So anyway, this is the way they look. I am going to see if I can pop them apart, and let's bring you down here so you can see that. And we can get this apart into 2 pieces without destroying anything. Well, that's going to be the end of the day today. So what we're going to do is just start a little razor blade down through the paper section of this, and we'll do that on both sides. This is a fragile enough pattern. This could be an issue, but we're far enough along, and when you get filler on it, why it tends to act as a glue, so it'll help it strengthen it a little bit. Let's see there again, we got some filler built up there, so that may be a little bit of the issue too. Well, and there we have two halves of the pattern. So I'll clean that off. A little flaky chip out there, doesn't make a bit of difference. And yeah, I'm going to lightly smooth those down a little bit and clean that up, and then we can finish doing our halves, then it'll go back together. So yeah, a little bit easier to do this way. We don't want to change our parting lines in here. You know, if we're going to sand in between, we'll put some temporary dowels in there and sand them as a unit. But we'll probably have this pretty well sanded out and at least begin mounting it on a match plate tomorrow. So yeah, coming along. There we go.